Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cruising with Matthew. In this video, I'm going to give you a ship tour of Seabourn Sojourn, which I was lucky enough to see during a day-long ship visit in June 2025. So, I really hope you enjoy this video. Seabourn Sojourn was launched in 2010 and can carry 458 passengers and 335 crew across 9 passenger decks. She's also 32,000 gross tons, making her one of the smallest ships I've ever had chance to explore. Do note that as Seabourn Quest is a near identical sister ship to Sojourn, if you're looking at sailing on Quest, then this video will also apply to you too. Now, I was kindly invited by Seabourn to visit this ship, so you'll see a hashtag ad in the title and a paid promotion flag on this video. However, I haven't been paid to portray this ship in a particular way, and you'll get my usual honest opinion about what I did and didn't like. So with that all out of the way, let's take a look around. Starting on deck 2, you'll find the ship's medical centre, which we thankfully didn't need to visit. Right at the back of this deck is a retractable marina deck. This is opened up during warmer weather cruises so passengers can enjoy a full marina day, which is included within their fare. During these days, you can take advantage of a whole host of water sports equipment like kayaks, paddleboards, water skis, and much more. Moving up to deck 4 Midships, you encounter the lowest level of Sojourn's incredible spiral staircase, which runs all the way up to deck 9 and opens up into this gorgeous skylight right at the very top. It's the closest thing you'll get to a traditional atrium on board, but given the size of ship, I think it's an incredible space. It lets lots of natural light flood into the centre of the ship, and it's a real wow factor moment when you see it for the first time. Just off from this area on deck 4, you come across the restaurant, which offers lunch on sea days as well as dinner every night of your cruise. Breakfast may also be served here depending on your type of cruise. Now, although we didn't get chance to dine here during our ship visit, it felt like a really high-end venue, and I just loved the large chandelier here as it felt so opulent. Situated in the forward section of decks 4 to 10 is where you'll find the majority of the cabins on board. All of the cabins on board Sojourn are classed as suites, and the vast majority of them have balconies. There are suites on deck 4 which are only ocean view suites, but sadly we weren't able to view these. However, we were able to tour a wide variety of other cabin grades, and even their lowest grade of veranda suite took our breath away, as they featured a huge balcony, cosy living space and comfy bedroom which would have suited us just fine. It also has a generous walk-in wardrobe which seemed to offer more storage space than our wardrobes do at home. The bathroom itself is equally as stunning and felt so opulent. If your budget allows, you can opt for larger suites such as the owner's suite, which offers a stunning view over the bow of the ship, or alternatively, you can choose a penthouse suite, which offers a separate bedroom as well as a more expansive balcony and living room area. Across all grades of suites though, you have a complimentary minibar which is stocked full of full-size bottles of spirits at the start of your cruise, as well as a welcome bottle of champagne. This is in addition to the fact that the vast majority of your drinks are included in your fare. Seabourn also offer complimentary Starlink Wi-Fi and even unlimited caviar, because why not? Another great touch is the fact that they offer in-suite dining, which features a 24/7 room service menu, as well as the ability to order meals directly from the restaurant. Although we were only given a snapshot of the suites available on board, I was so impressed, and I'm sure you'd have an incredible experience when staying in any one of these suites. Returning back to the public areas on board and moving to the back of deck 5, we come across the casino, which for the size of ship seemed to offer a good variety of slot machines and tables. Next door you'll find the club, which is a popular space to enjoy some pre-dinner drinks with some live music on offer nearby. There's even a small dance floor if you fancy dancing the night away. A fabulous feature here is the fact that they offer a variety of sushi options in the evening. Although it's not necessarily your main meal, it sounds like a wonderfully decadent pre-dinner treat, and it's something I'd love to try. Stepping outside for a moment, you come across this gorgeous aft-facing pool deck. Whilst not as large as the main pool deck higher up on the ship, it looked like a great spot to relax and take in those wake views when Sojourn was underway. In addition to the smaller dip-style pool, there's 2 large whirlpools as well as a variety of comfy-looking sofas, daybeds, sun loungers and chairs. So I bet this would become a real favourite of ours if we got to do a full cruise on board Sojourn. Plus, as it's partly covered by the decks above, you could still sit out here if it gets too hot for you on the open decks, or perhaps if the weather takes a turn for the worse. Another great feature to this ship was the fact that Sojourn has a mini promenade deck which runs around the back half of the ship. Although it's a shame it's not a full wraparound version, it's still much appreciated as it's quite wide in parts and would offer you some great sea or port views during your cruise. Moving up to deck 6, the majority of this level is made up of suites. However, right at the back of the ship, you'll come across the Grand Salon. During the day, this venue hosts a variety of lectures, cooking demonstrations, and even movies to keep you entertained. At night, you can enjoy some live music with the opportunity to dance if you so wish. Later on in the evening, there's the chance to enjoy a selection of production shows as well as guest entertainer performances, so I'm sure there'd be lots to choose from during your cruise. Leaving the Grand Salon and jumping to the very front of Deck 6, we come across this wonderful hidden gem, which is an area of open deck space situated right on the bow of the ship, complete with its own whirlpool. It felt like such a unique spot on board, as it offers some incredible views over the front of the ship, but also of Sojourn's forward superstructure, which the maritime geek in me absolutely loved. I bet it's an amazing viewing area when you're enjoying some scenic cruising on board, or perhaps if you just want to relax in a hot tub and watch the world pass you by. Moving up to deck 7 and just off from the main spiral staircase, you'll find the card room. This is the place to go if you fancy playing games like bridge or mahjong. I loved the fact they had these sign-up sheets for various game types so you could easily find companions to play games if you so wish. In addition to cards, there's also a generous selection of board games and jigsaws too. Further down, there's a separate room which also offered a gaming console along with a variety of games which are situated in the cupboard below, perfect for if you're fancying something a bit more high-tech than board games. They also had a selection of soft drinks on the side for people to enjoy whilst relaxing here. On the opposite side of the ship, you'll find the collection, which stocks a variety of FE jewellery products if you're wanting to purchase something with a bit of sparkle on your trip. Moving further aft on deck 7, you'll come across additional shops if you're wanting to purchase things like jewellery, clothes, makeup, as well as any Seabourn branded souvenirs. This then leads into Seabourn Square, which holds all of the ship's guest services. This includes destination services, as well as the future cruise desk. They also have guest service specialists, which is Seabourn's equivalent of a reception, and they are there to help you if you have any questions about ship life or things like that. Other useful areas include a small bank of PCs should you need to use a computer during your cruise, as well as a small area to pick up various information booklets such as Seabourn's Herald, which lists all the events going on throughout the ship. What I love about Seabourn Square though is the fact that these rather functional aspects of ship life are intermingled into a cosy lounge area. Therefore, you're not just going here for practical reasons, which just makes this space feel really relaxed, as opposed to a more traditional ship reception. For instance, you'll find a great selection of cosy seats situated next to these large windows if you're wanting to take in the views. There's also a small library nearby, which seemed quite well stocked given the size of ship. The real highlight of Seabourn Square though has to be the coffee bar, which offered a range of hot and cold drinks for you to enjoy. If you're feeling a little peckish, they also offer a variety of cakes, pastries and sweet treats, which all look so tempting. Plus, they even offer a selection of gelato for you to enjoy, along with all the toppings, so you'd certainly be spoilt for choice here. Leaving Seabourn Square and stepping outside briefly, there's a small area of aft open deck space with a variety of comfy seats and sofas should you wish to take in the sea air or enjoy those wake views. However, do note smoking is permitted here. Moving up to Deck 8 Midships, you encounter the main pool deck on board Sojourn. Here you'll find a good number of padded sun lounges surrounding a decently sized pool, as well as 2 large square hot tubs. These are thoughtfully covered by a large canopy, so you'll be kept nice and shaded in hot weather, as well as being sheltered from any rain that might occur. Naturally, there is a fully stocked bar nearby too, should you wish to order a drink whilst relaxing on deck. They even offer a selection of sun creams and glass wipes in case you forgot yours and left them in your cabin. Granted, it's such a little thing, but it just seemed like such a nice touch. Opposite the bar, you'll also find the Patio, which is a casual dining venue on board and has numerous tables and chairs running along the periphery of the pool deck. This serves a variety of tasty-looking pizzas and toasties, as well as daily specials like a fish and soup of the day. Additionally, you can also choose from a selection of hot sides, as well as being able to make your own salad if you so wish. There's also a variety of fruit on offer, as well as cakes and cookies, which all look so good. If you prefer, you can also order a variety of grill items from your table, and this includes things like burgers and hot dogs, as well as a sandwich of the day. In the evenings, this venue transforms into Earth and Ocean, which offers a variety of dishes sourced from around the world, ranging from pasta, ribs or duck, to baked camembert and salted caramel desserts. Whilst it's classed as one of the more casual dining venues on board, it's still waiter served and sounds very tasty indeed. Like all the restaurants, it's included in your fare, but it's first come first served, so definitely something to look out for during your cruise. Moving aft, there's Solless, which is Sojourn's fine dining Mediterranean restaurant. Now, although we didn't eat here, I loved the design of this venue as it felt so elegant and sophisticated. Whilst it is included in your fare, a reservation is required, and every passenger is guaranteed to dine here at least once during their cruise if they so wish, which I thought was a great idea as it stops people from missing out. Moving right to the back of the ship on Deck 8, you'll come across the Colonnade, which is Sojourn's buffet, with both indoor and outside seating options depending on your preference. We were kindly given lunch here during our ship visit, and I was blown away by the quality of food on offer. This is not your average cruise ship buffet, and is probably the most decadent spread I've ever seen on a ship. Self-service options included a variety of hot options along with live cooking stations featuring regional specialties, as well as a carving station. There's also a generous selection of cold cuts, cheeses, sandwiches, fish and salad options, so you were certainly spoilt for choice. My favourite spot, however, had to be the dessert counter, which offered a tempting selection of cookies, cakes, plus some healthier options if you wanted. Oh, and there's also a great selection of tasty gelato here too, which I just had to try. Like the Patio, if you didn't fancy any of the self-served options, you could also opt for a selection of grill or pasta items, which I thought was a great idea. Breakfast operates in a similar format, offering a variety of hot and cold self-service options, whilst also giving you the chance to order things a la carte like waffles, omelettes, and even more decadent options like lamb chops. In contrast, dinner is waiter served and offers a rotating menu moving through different culinary regions, so I think this would be another really good dining option on board. Moving up to deck 9, you come across the spa and wellness area of Seabourn Sojourn. This includes a thermal spa area, and although it did look inviting, I was a bit disappointed they didn't have anything like a hydrotherapy pool, as that's often a favourite of ours. Elsewhere, there's a variety of treatment options ranging from full body and facial massages, plus there's even a couples treatment room, which I thought was quite a cute idea. Additionally, there's also a small relaxation room for you to unwind a little before or after your treatments in these comfy looking chairs. It was also great to see that they had a variety of hot and cold drinks for you to enjoy, plus a few nibbles. In addition to this, there's also an extensive barbers and salon on board should you wish to get your hair cut or styled during your cruise. You can also opt for a manicure and pedicure session if you prefer. So if you're fancying a bit of pampering during your cruise, you've certainly got lots of options to choose from, although do note these aren't included in your fare. If you're wanting to keep on top of your fitness routine on holiday, Sojourn also has a good-sized gym featuring a variety of free weights, as well as several exercise machines featuring treadmills, cross-trainers, and things like that. There's also a motion studio nearby which features several kinesis machines, as well as more traditional yoga mats and free weights. Moving midships and stepping outside briefly, you'll find a number of sun lounges which overlooks the main pool deck. Plus, there's the nearby Sky Bar, which serves a selection of hot and cold drinks for you to enjoy whilst relaxing here. Jumping up to deck 10 and moving to the very front of the ship, you'll come across the observation bar, which I imagine would quickly become our favourite bar on the whole ship. Here you can sit back and relax with your favourite drink and take in the views thanks to the numerous floor-to-ceiling windows here. I love the fact that the bar area itself is directly in the centre of the venue, so all the seating is situated next to the windows, allowing people to get the best possible view outside. The observation bar is where Seabourn's afternoon tea is held on certain days of your cruise. However, it really comes into its own in an evening, as I bet it's a popular spot to enjoy some pre or post dinner drinks whilst catching up with fellow cruisers listening to the nearby piano. Directly in front of the observation bar, as the name suggests, there's a large observation deck which looks over the front of the ship. So I bet this is another fantastic spot to enjoy some scenic sailing opportunities or watch Sojourn manoeuvre in or out of port. Moving up to deck 11, this only exists in the forward portion of the ship, and here you'll find a variety of deck games like shuffleboard, mini golf, as well as some golf nets. So I bet this would be a great place to spend some time on a relaxing sea day on board. Right at the front of the ship, however, you'll find the aptly named Sun Terrace, which offers a great number of sun lounges in both a single and couples configuration. Although it was rather windy when we came up here, I bet it's the perfect place to top up on your tan in sunnier weather. According to our guide, this area feels like a secret deck, as lots of the passengers don't realise that you're able to get here. So I'd highly recommend seeking this space out during your cruise. Overall, we were so impressed with our time on Seabourn Sojourn, and from the moment we stepped on board, you could tell that she was a luxury ship. Her public areas felt really elegant and luxurious, and it felt like there was tons of space for passengers both inside and out. The crew in all the venues seemed so friendly, and although we only had lunch in the colonnade, I was really impressed with the standard of food here. So if that is anything to go by, I imagine the food is pretty incredible. Although we only had a taster of life on board Sojourn, I could tell that I would have an amazing cruise, and I definitely hope I can do a proper cruise on a Seabourn ship in the near future. A massive thank you to Seabourn for giving me the opportunity to explore and record, and I hope you found it useful. If you want to know more about cruising with Matthew, then check out my other social media channels, the link is in the description below. I hope you're all doing well at the moment, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. So until next time, this is Cruising with Matthew, and thank you so much for watching.